Okay, we ready?
I think we're ready.
Let's do this.
So what's the thing you guys are doing a new event, right?
Yeah, we're bringing not only a new event, but we're bringing a new vibe to Las Vegas. We're trying to bring Las Vegas' first
yet.
mobile bar. But yeah,
You just blew your whole promo load.
damn you, Justin.
1, 2, 3, do it. I'm Justin Young, your Mad Mogul host of Fantasticalness here, and I'm here with Dane, Marissa, and Art from 808 Local 808 Events, and they're going to tell us all about their journey in the caravan, like Mad Max caravans. They do local events, and they bring their wagons out and their gaggle of kids, and they're all serving drinks and stuff.
No kids and drinks.
Okay,
Well,
21 or older.
Short people.
Sure allowed too, as long as they're 21 and older.
Okay, so I'm going to bring it over to them. We're going to start with Dane and Marissa, who are married, and they're like this team that's going on. And Art, I think he lives with them. And
No, I do not.
and he breastfeeds Dane. So
wow.
It only happened
or
once.
something. I don't know what All right, so let's start with Dane and Marissa, and then we'll go over to Art.
Great. Hello, Las Vegas. We're Local 808. Basically, my wife and I and Arturo started this journey back when we first got married. On our honeymoon, we went to the beautiful island of Maui. We hiked a beachside cliff, and we really loved the aloha spirit that they brought to their community. And we wanted to bring that back to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We're local bartenders trying to promote local flavors of Las Vegas, and the way we wanted to do that was bringing something new, and so we're Las Vegas's first mobile bar. So we got a couple of horse trailers, and we fully converted them into fully functional bars.
Those things are awesome looking.
Thank
I
you,
gotta
thank
say.
you.
I want to be friends with it.
Anytime, man. Just give us a call. But we also have a couple tricycles that we built in the fully functional bars as well. We're just really trying to bring the heat. You know, these are our dreams. Doing what we love to do with the people we love most.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, we believe there's a lot of local talent being overlooked in Las Vegas, and our team's one of them. And so we're trying to bring a new vibe to Las Vegas, and here we are.
I love it.
Thank you.
I think the one thing
Marissa
that
can chime in. It's your turn, babe. She's pinching him.
I'm like, wait, I want to say something too.
Go ahead.
The one thing that we did find inspiration why we were out there in Hawaii as well was not only that they had such respect for each other, but their respect for the land as well. That's why a lot of our products that we have, we only serve in compostable cups. We serve out of hay straws because it's important for us to set a standard too for our business. Like I notice we go through so much waste, especially in Las Vegas, like plastic straws. I know it's like kind of an epidemic, save the turtles in some sense. Like that's what everyone tells me at work, but it's just every single like effort matters, and we should start setting standards to help us for the better of our community and for the long run and longevity of our future. So that was just one thing that why we were in Hawaii, we just truly wanted to embody something that we could create to where we did something we all love to do, but also we could start setting some standards for the industry to where they kind of recognize, it's not us trying to say this is right or wrong, but it's like, let's try something else for once in a while.
Let's try something new.
Right. Yeah, that's inspirational.
Thank you.
Experience.
Oh
It is. It definitely is. No, I think that's a good, we need to think about our future. Because
Absolutely.
As business owners, and you guys can attest to this, we set the standard for a lot of people. A lot of people look to small businesses make up America. The big corporations they're going to be here to stay, but small businesses are the lifeblood. But Art, you wanna chime in, bro?
I mean, they pretty much said everything perfectly. Like we have the perfect team.
How'd you guys meet?
Well, we've been bartending together for many
Why did
years.
Marissa laugh?
We
I don't think
have
I
a
should
lot
say
of
me and
stories
Dave.
together. We're family.
They've been friends for
Might
a
be
long time.
explicit, so I don't know. Yeah, no, but I feel we got the perfect team. Like Marissa's the backbone of this company. Like anything we need done, she gets done. Dane works. He's a creative genius. Like he can make anything taste good.
Oh yeah.
Work with
Oh, yeah,
with some
it-
difficult products and
Right.
he makes it work.
Awesome.
And I mean, I adapt to anything. Like whatever I'm needed to do, I can do it. So.
Right. They're like, Art, can you make this? And you
Oh,
just get some
absolutely.
duct tape and a
Absolutely. Yeah.
and a pencil.
Our whole team,
You could have put the mic up. No,
I'm the Mexican in the group.
just
oh, come on.
Justin, our whole team is a team of leaders.
Yeah.
We're very well known in our community to be leaders, and that's why we're not only doing this for our love of bartending and our love of cocktails, and obviously our community, but we're really using this as a platform to inspire, to do more, to work with charities, to better our community. And that's what we're really trying to do. We're trying to lead by example.
Cool. Yeah, even with our company, we work with a couple charities. Right now, I'm building a site for Agape. It's like, I think it's...
Agape.
Agape.
Is it Italian?
No, it's Greek. It's Greek, and it means like love. What does it mean? Charity? It means charity. Yeah, like bringing people the circle of life.
Very cool.
Pumbaa. No, but have you guys seen the Lion King movie?
Oh yeah.
The new one?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Right.
So yeah, it was okay.
What? How old are you?
35.
You're 35. So you grew up with Lion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I
you
just
grew up
seen
with.
Beyonce doing the voice of Nala.
Oh,
Like,
it's okay. Beyonce, you're
Nala
a
was not from the
beautiful
streets.
singer, but acting wise, oh, she's like the worst
There's
actor.
nothing gangster about Nala.
Yeah. In the first one, she's like, Pingy again. And then the next one, she's like, Pingy again. Like, come on, man. And then Seth Rogen, I got to talk about that dude. Seth Rogen, I mentioned this before. I know his mom told him to be himself always, but not in Lion King. Not when you're acting. You're Pumbaa. You're not Seth Rogen.
It's hard to remake the classics.
Marissa
You're already
didn't
on
like
an
it.
uphill battle.
You
with
like Seth
that.
Rogen?
No, I was like, I appreciate Seth Rogen, none in the same, but I just.
But he's the
I
same
haven't-
guy in every movie.
I
He's
haven't-
funny, but
I haven't watched the movie, but I'm like a diehard nerd classic for like the Disney classics.
yeah.
Like I have all the original like VHS tapes. You know, it's hard for me to see.
She really does.
I do.
yeah, I got some squirreled away
This is
too.
not fake news. Order it. She really does.
VHS was a really,
I live with it.
it was
I
way
work
better
with
than DVD. I got to put that out there, because you get one scratch on a DVD, it doesn't work. VHS, you have to like literally, you have to purposely tear out the
Oh, yeah.
tape to make it stop working. You know what I mean?
I mean, I just have to say, I do remember the Little Mermaid cover, the original, and I can't look at that thing the same anymore. I don't know
yeah.
if you guys have heard the rumors about it, but it's true.
They do it in every movie. They even did it in the new one.
Yeah.
When Mufasa's sitting next to the baby Simba, there's a silhouette of something that doesn't look seemly for children.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I wasn't even looking for it, but I was like, yeah, that's what it is. There you go, bro. But so the CGI on that movie was awesome. Like even like the flick of the lion's ears, they got every little, because that's what makes things different. Like if I was watching Joe Rogan, and I never watched him before, but they were telling me to, and the reason why we don't like robots is because they don't act normal. Like, are you creeped out by robots at all?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're like, they don't act normal.
We're getting
So
into
we
some
think they're
crazy
like sick.
times right now. Absolutely, with
Right.
technology. Absolutely.
But what they did with the CGI, they made the lion look normal. Like if its ear wasn't like flicking, or if it wasn't doing something weird, it would look like fake. So they're getting way better with these computer graphic images, you know.
Oh,
Absolutely.
great. I can't wait for them to just re-embody every single fault in action, so I have no idea what's robots and what's real.
Yeah, right.
You know, Justin, like I said, like I feel like movies like that, like remaking a classic is always an uphill battle.
It's hard. It's hard.
But, you know, like what we do with our bartending and some of our craft cocktails, we kind of bend the classics too.
Yeah.
So
I like that twist.
we kind of had we kind of had a few haters on that level. Like, what are you doing to the classic cocktail? You're ruining it. We're not trying to ruin it. We're just trying to kind of revamp it a little bit to our modern time.
Yeah.
And we actually brought in some technology for you to try out some cocktails.
I know. I
too.
can't. What's that machine called?
So it's actually a
I
machine.
like what you did there, Dan.
Thank you. It's actually
Heart's like,
Never count them out.
oh yes. Oh, I'm leaking. Some leakage.
it's actually a machine you can't even find here
machines
anymore.
are taking over.
It's a machine by an innovator by the name of Jason Sherman, and he came out with this a few years back, and it basically freezes any liquor that you want into ice cubes.
Right.
So now you're not ruining the taste profile of the liquor by watering it down. You're actually keeping that taste profile true all the way through.
That's awesome.
So, we brought that here. You can't even actually find these machines anymore. So it's that rarity that we have here in Las Vegas that we're going to be able to kind of promote here and let the Las Vegas community try. So we're excited about that too.
And this thing looks pretty, I have to say, it looks pretty high tech. I'm going to,
It is
if
a little
anyone's
high-tech.
watching this on
It is a little high tech.
on live, but the thing looks cool. The
Light-
lights aren't on. We had to turn it off because,
It's a little loud right now.
yeah, because we had the mics
Microphones.
going. I didn't want to have to remove the background noise if we had to.
I can't wait to do some
Although
white
that truck
wine.
out there.
Yeah.
Machines!
Where's the attack?
So, oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, the one thing that we really want to tackle too is not only like white wine ice cubes, like your Pinot Grigio being ice cold, but the Chardonnay being ice cold, but also we're working with progression cocktails. So you think of like Manhattan that can, or an old fashioned that can turn into a Manhattan by freezing vermouth ice cubes. So all these cocktails that you're tasting will change profile flavors as you're sipping
As you're
it.
drinking them.
you know?
Right. And you guys are adding like some infusions. I was telling you about that cruise I went on, and they were burning, the oranges,
yeah,
and like,
yeah.
it was making smoke, and then they put
Absolutely.
rosemary in it. I thought that was really cool with like all the different elements and oils, because I'm kind of into like essential oils and stuff, and all the things they can do for you.
So are we.
And you could take a lot of them topically, and they do a lot of things. Like even like just a like a sample of that, like peppermint. If you smell it, it helps with nausea. If you do, rosemary can help with hair growth and stuff like that.
Aromatherapy is a real thing. It really does work. It contributes, and essential oils in some sense is a new wave for like pain relief, helping with your like nausea, anxiety. But imagine putting that in your cocktail as well. Just
It's like an
being able-
experience. You're
Yes.
experiencing your
Absolutely.
cocktail a little more.
Yes.
Experience. Do you guys whisper that? I could just imagine Dane. He's got a top hat. He's like throws it up in there. Experience.
I'm going to work on that actually.
Yeah.
And you
Dude.
can't eat the ice cubes. Because a lot of
You
people
can't,
would,
yeah.
no, you cannot eat them.
You can't.
Because a lot of people would be like, oh, I could just get drunk by eating the ice cubes. And,
Well,
minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's too
yeah,
cold. It's
You
too
ever seen
cold.
A Christmas Story?
Yeah,
That's
you don't
what
want to
Or
do
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, or Dumb and Dumber.
I would do it like, okay, I've tried it. Don't bite the apple.
We definitely all tried it. That's how we know.
Did you?
Yes.
we learned from
Did you, all
experience.
three of you, like on one ice cube? Like, nah.
We
was a
got these
decent-sized
machines
one.
at first, and we were excited to try them out. Well, too excited at some point.
Do you
So
make the ball ice cubes? The
we
ones
do.
that
We
they're
make
like
them.
a
Well,
cylinder?
the cool
Those are
thing
cool.
about it is
Any
what-
shape?
What we brought today is the actual maker of the ice cubes, so that'll actually pump out from whatever spirit you want and make the just regular ice cubes.
Yeah.
But we also have 3 other storage units from the Z units that actually can freeze and mold to any shape you want. So I can do Kahlua guns.
Wait,
I
how do
can
you make the shape?
So basically,
With the program?
I would basically get a cake mold, silicone, pour the liquor in that.
Can you make your own
silicone.
molds out of silicone?
Absolutely.
So you can make a skull pal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's sick, dude.
100%.
That is awesome. Can you do a 3D
Those are already
model?
cool, but yeah.
Can you do a 3D model?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
I want him in an ice cube.
We actually got to mess around with them, and we did a Darth Vader Kahlua cube, and that
Really?
was really cool.
You could do
Yeah.
like people's logos for businesses.
Absolutely.
That's pretty sick.
So we got a
That's
couple
awesome.
ice stamps, but yeah, that's our kind of goal is kind of we rise together and promote everybody, not only the flavors but the local talent, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And so that's a great way to kind of promote some businesses in the
That's
community
cool.
and stuff like that.
I know
yeah.
how to make silicone. That's actually, I made these with silicone mold. I made them out of clay.
So I take that and
then
put
it's-
some liquor in, and we got ourselves
Oh, yeah.
a little skull guy.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
make. We
Skull
can make
alcohol.
anything out of clay. Make a silicone mold and put it in the
Absolutely.
ice. That's sick.
100%.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that idea.
Thank you.
We might be talking to you about making some silicone molds for us.
Okay. Of what?
Putting you to work.
Of what? I don't like how you looked at it. I jammed my
Everybody
fingers,
heard
so
that.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to
All of
mold
our
it.
followers heard that, by the way.
They don't know what I'm talking about. Earmuffs. Everyone earmuffs. All right, Art, what do you think about the silicone molds? You seem like
I love them.
he's like the master.
Yeah,
He sits
He
behind.
can make anything. He
Yeah.
can make anything. Like he's made some Kahlua guns that look very realistic.
What's a Kahlua gun?
It's just a gun that's frozen Kahlua.
It's a gun, like a M9 handgun or what?
Funny story. I actually had my stepmom call me the very next morning. Dane Michael, why do you have 2 guns? And I'm like, whoa,
She
whoa,
doesn't
whoa,
like guns?
Relax. Well, they're from California, so
Oh, man.
they're a little bit iffy on the
Where
whole
in Cali?
Orange County, California.
Okay.
Brea.
All right.
So around the beach.
Shane, that was on the show last night, is from Huntington.
Oh, I was actually, I got to live out in Huntington for 2.5 years, right off 14th and PCH.
Right.
So I used to work right there at the Hyatt Huntington Hotel and resort
That's sick.
and do room service and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun too.
You
I've been in
servicing people in
hospitality
the rooms?
very, very long time. Yeah.
Towel service.
No
Can
towel
I clean?
service. No
No.
towel. But I got to see a lot of weird things out there. That's for sure.
That he was telling me about Catalina, and he was like, "Oh, they think there's aliens there." Have you heard of that?
I have not heard of aliens on Catalina.
He's like, the
Catalina's a great
government's
place,
watching.
man.
They're doing
Yeah.
testing.
If you
on
can make
aliens.
that ferry ride over, Catalina's a great place.
Oh yeah, have you
It's a
been
little-
there? Have you guys been there?
I can't make that ferry ride over.
Are you
I
scared?
have been
You
there.
scared of boats?
I'm seasick, man. I get seasick.
Well, yeah, dude, I got really
Bad.
seasick after the cruise. But you take what's that one stuff?
Oh, the
Shot a man
Dramamine?
up.
Dopamine.
Dramamine?
dopamine?
Dramamine? Yeah.
Yeah, Dramamine.
Yeah.
Dramamine. But they have those one like stickers you can put on. I didn't know they did those, but when I was on the cruise, all these people had the stickers.
I think we ended up talking about it, but it really helps. One of my bartenders, she ended up getting some for her husband, and he loved them.
It doesn't work.
You tried it? It didn't work for you?
I put
The one that goes
I
behind
put
your ear?
like 4 of those bad chickens behind my ear, and I got nothing out
Really?
of it. I was
so
still.
how does that work? It goes through your skin. Like, could you do
I'm
that with
guessing it's
alcohol? A
seeping-
little alcohol patch?
Absolutely.
Ah.
Yeah. I would assume you could, to be honest with you.
Like, I can't wait until you just take a shot like this.
They actually, I was getting deep down the rabbit hole the other evening doing some research on some new technology coming out, and they actually came
Always
out with
double
these
entendres.
alcohol shot misters. So they turn the
Oh.
alcohol into mist into a bag,
Okay.
and then you inhale it. And
That
you're
sounds
supposed
fun.
you're supposed to get not only the
Then you
flavor of the
freebase it.
spirit,
No.
but you're supposed to get a little bit of a buzz off it as
Really?
well. Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, technology has just been increasing at like an alarming rate
For sure.
with the internet, because before, like, even if you go back to the 80s, how hard was it to communicate with someone in China? Like, you really couldn't
No.
do it before the internet.
No.
Now you can communicate with someone in China easily.
I remember back in high school, I almost got into this pyramid scheme and got suckered into it. But
Yeah.
I remember going to this pyramid scheme. This guy had a great introduction and pitch. But he comes at us, and we were in this room full of friends and guys, all had nice cars, all had this, brand they were trying to sell and scheme everybody on. But long story short, he was telling all of us that at one day, this was back when we had razors and the Nokia light-up phones,
Yeah.
80s, 90s
Oh, yeah.
era. But he said that we would be able to take our phones and have somebody on the other line visualize us as we're getting a haircut and watch us getting
Right.
a haircut live. And I just thought, man, that is such BS. There is absolutely no way that is going to happen. And look where we are today.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely incredible.
It's
incredible.
It is insane. I remember going on AOL chat. Did you guys ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
AOL.
You got mail, mother. No. But you would, so they had the chat, and everyone would just comment. It wasn't like really organized, but
Yeah.
you could go into a private room.
Yeah.
And when I was like probably 8, no, not 8, maybe I was 10, and me and my brother and like our friends, we would, meet with some 40-year-old guy, and maybe
Wait,
he was probably a
what?
40-year-old guy.
Where are we getting
It was
into right now?
It was supposed to be
what
a girl.
chat rooms are you guys going into?
No, but you would go into a private chat, and they'd be like, "I'm a pretty girl" or something. But it was probably some old dude, you know.
Can your mom or dad call the show right now so we can talk to them? Is that a possibility?
You want me to call my mom? I
That'd be
don't know if
great.
I could do that on chat.
That'd be great. I have a few questions. I'd like to
VHS is
ask
better.
her.
Oh, my cousin, she's 17 years old, and she's in high school, and she's watching. I didn't do that. I was just joking. I never did that.
The truth is coming out.
I didn't do it.
What
I
happens
left.
in Vegas?
No,
not
but
today.
when they would send you a picture, it'd be like some picture of Pamela Anderson, and it took like forever to download. It was like, you're like, oh
I do
gosh.
too.
I didn't even know it. I was 10, but yeah, I didn't.
That's
I didn't.
great.
They were all doing. It wasn't me. I was.
Yeah, it's never you.
No.
But yeah, definitely, technology is
Yeah.
definitely advancing at a
Right.
very alarming rate.
And
for
it's
sure.
improving business. Like even those logo ice cubes. I mean,
You know, you could look at that,
that was
two ways.
collaboration at its best.
Yeah, you
right
could look
there.
at that two ways. I think we
Yeah.
talked about that a little bit last time. You know, a lot of people in our industry are a little bit afraid of AI getting into our field only because the replacement of the job sources.
Right. I was thinking about this morning. I was taking a shower and I was thinking about you guys. I was
Okay.
like,
Okay.
no, I was just thinking about
Here we-
some
here we-
questions. I was
here we go
like,
again.
no. I think that AI at some point we will rely on robots to do everything. It'll just be like, okay, you get your drink from a robot.
If
you
we
go
allow
to-
it to.
I just think that's what it's going to do. Like these bigger businesses are going to take, like you go to McDonald's, you already order your food and just go pick it up. But, well, it can either go one way. We'll start communicating like we're in love with our phones, and that's something that scares me.
Yeah.
Like we feel more comfortable with our phones sometimes than other people. Like you pass people, you've probably seen this. You pass people at the bus stop. No one's talking to each other. They're all on their phone. And they have a personal relationship with it. It's
Absolutely.
a personal relationship. And if we start personal relationships with the robots that are serving drinks, that's going to be the sad part. I'm hoping that they become more of a tool that serves and the human interaction comes back. Because that's what people go to a bar for, because they know the bartender. They follow bartenders around, or they like the environment, or they want to communicate with people.
And we also talked about them not being able to have that creative level.
And they
as
can't
well.
do the creativeness. A robot can't do that, right?
So they're not going to be able to do what we do
Unless
on our
we
creative level.
clone Dane in a bunch of places.
That's funny.
then
I was
sell you.
just talking about that with my wife yesterday, and she said no way.
We should just
I can't
clone all
handle
of
two
you
of
guys.
She said
Maybe
absolutely not.
Maybe we are clones. I don't know.
Well,
Let's not clone Marissa. One is enough.
oh my God.
We can
You
merge all
did.
three of you into one clone.
I just noticed that Justin got rid of his straw sandals, and now he's resulting to bare feet.
Yes. There you go.
Oh,
But they're
thank you.
good
Thank you
looking
for
feet.
that.
They're good looking feet.
No, they smell good.
Just to kind of top on what we were last talking about, besides the feet, the creative genius side, in some sense, I think is the one thing that's pushing businesses apart. I was like, they're looking for people to be more creative. If you look at even the IT
Right.
companies and people in their new industry, it's the creative genius in some sense. It's not so much having smarts, but it's having a creative side, being able to think of something, be innovative, do something different. But as far as I think technology, I think there are some benefits in having it. Like we have a wine motion machine in one of our trailers. It does a perfect pour for wine.
And you
which-
guys don't have to like go like this.
Yeah, well,
We can be precise on the ounces and our
See, that's the
pours.
cool thing about robotics. You just use it to serve certain purposes.
certain purposes
Yeah.
I think
Correct.
will be very beneficial. But I think ultimately when it comes to a creative side, like some people don't know what they want. They
Right.
need someone to tell them what they want to
Well,
have.
just think
or
about it at the
how
bar.
to create something. Yeah.
If someone comes up to you, you're not having to make. You can already program the robot to make a drink.
Correct.
Like you're like, I want it to do this,
Correct.
and it does it for you. It's making multiple drinks for you while you're creating cool stuff, right? You're able to create. It's just gonna. I think it's just gonna allow us to be more creative and interact more.
For
as
sure.
you know, because robots are gonna be. They're basically slaves to our will, whatever we want them to do. You know.
Absolutely.
Sorry, robots. Don't turn on us.
One for humankind.
But it'll
zero for
allow you
robots.
to do more creative stuff without doing the tedium, without putting it together. You can talk to someone. Oh, the robot's making the drink, and you communicate with them. Look at that. That's cool.
And a lot of these technologies are going to be used for obvious reasons of consistency on drinks and what have you.
We were talking about over pouring. That's
Correct.
like an issue in bars, right?
I mean, human error is just bound to happen.
We are imperfect. Robots are perfect.
It happens, but that kind of sat with me because I like to challenge that idea. Our team doesn't cut any corners, and we've been in the business for over 19 years.
Right.
And I challenge that idea that we can't be consistent. I think that corners are being cut in big corporations and just with humans in general, that happens.
Right.
But that's something that our team doesn't do. And I'm very proud to say that.
Yeah, that's definitely. You want to chime in, Manny? Manny's been
Manny!
kinda out of the shot. What are you doing, bro?
Manny's only one chai tea latte in, so he's.
Actually, I was gonna ask you about that. What about a chai tea latte cocktail?
You know what? I'm actually gonna attack that as soon as I get home because, like we were talking about, chai tea is like one of my big things right now. I have some health problems, so I can't really get into the coffee. So that chai tea really works out for me. But mixing it in with that local Ambrose banana whiskey. They distill their whiskey with 100% organic bananas.
Yeah, that's
They're the
awesome.
first ever to do it, and they actually come from Las Vegas. They're making their big blow up right now across the states.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that would go exceptional.
I love chai tea. I mean, you know that already. Me and you are like chai tea.
I'm thinking a little bit of local Ambrose banana whiskey with a little bit of dusted fresh cinnamon on top would do some magic on that.
Oh, man. I'm getting thirsty.
Right on.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
So
Wait.
you can't take caffeine. How do you get up in the morning?
My business partners will tell you I don't really sleep, to be honest.
No?
with you. Yeah.
Me either. I can't sleep.
I actually almost lost my life about 3 years ago while bartending a shift here in Las Vegas on a graveyard shift for a local bar.
Really?
I've always been an athlete my whole life, so if my arm wasn't falling off, I wasn't going to the doctor type
Ping pong
deal.
champion.
Forrest Gump.
Ice hockey, get it right.
You call that an athlete?
But long story short, my appendix ruptured while serving a guest. And luckily for me, I didn't go to the hospital right away, and my wife came home early from work, which never happens. We had opposite shifts our whole time dating and being together. And she randomly came home and saw me passed out in the shower where she left me.
You were like, oh, it's good. I'll just hit it a little bit.
The doctor, at the ER said I was minutes away from my body going into septic shock, and my body actually did.
Because it leaks into your
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one day, though. I want to reiterate that. He ended up having his appendix rupture like sometime on a Wednesday into Thursday morning.
That's the scary part.
Thursday, I left. Friday morning, I came
Strong like
home.
bull.
Really?
Yeah, Friday morning.
No, I would do
got
the same
coming
thing.
out.
I'd be like, I'm
It's because you
I'm
used to be
fine.
literally-
fat. That's why he said bull.
Yeah.
Oh my
With a
god.
PH. With a PH.
I would do the same thing, bro. I wouldn't go to the doctor either.
So, the story didn't stop there. Unfortunately, the procedure had gotten some malpractice work on me. So now I have severe scar tissue interlaced with my intestines. That caused me some severe pain for the rest of my life, but I have my life and I'm very grateful. But with that being said, that changed my focus on things when I got out of the hospital.
Right.
I kind of turned my direction on my dreams and truly how I wanted to live my life. And so this is our push, and here we are, and this is what this is all about.
Right.
Not only doing what we love to do, I actually tell a little secret to some of my followers that some people don't know, but I actually don't drink. I stopped drinking the minute that happened to me.
Wow.
But that didn't stop my love for the cocktails.
Yeah.
I obviously have my teammates and my straw test to
I
make
drink.
sure the
I
cocktails
drink.
taste profiles are on point and at the right levels they should be. But like I said, it didn't stop my love for cocktails. It just made more of a passion for me what I wanted to do and bring to Las Vegas.
Is that what sparked the idea?
I love doing what I love to what I did, I was a graveyard bartender. My wife was a general manager of a very popular local bar out here in Las Vegas.
You want to mention the bar?
Distill, Centennial Hills. Very, very super cool.
They're
they
taking
promote
over.
locale. Yeah,
They took over my putters. I used to play.
They actually
Man,
just
I love
bought out
putters.
7 or 8 putters. Yeah, I seen that.
I used to be a championship dart player, if you guys didn't know.
Oh, that's cool. I don't see a dartboard in here.
Wait, I have my dart somewhere around here. I got a dart.
Don't throw that one.
Well, watch this.
But yeah, that was our push. The first thing I did when I got better was stack my money, get back to work, and ask my girlfriend, who is now my wife, to marry me.
That's beautiful.
That
is really. I'm tearing up. No, but that's cool. It was a seed, the catalyst that sparked this whole idea. Right?
It was. There's actually no guarantees for tomorrow, and I live by that.
You're like, I could have died. What am I doing with my life?
Now, throughout this whole journey of business, I actually don't know what I'm doing a lot of the times,
Yeah.
But the thing is to get uncomfortable. You don't know until you try it. You really don't know your true potential until you get out there and try it. And so I make myself uncomfortable every single day. That is my goal. Do something that makes myself uncomfortable.
Right.
That's my goal every day, and I do. And sometimes it doesn't work out the best. And
you just go up to people at the bus stop, put your hand in their leg.
With certain projects on our mobile bars, I don't know what I'm doing, but I like to put our own creative spin on it and what me and my wife and business partner and best friend would like to do.
Yeah.
So we kind of just have to learn along the way, and that's what we've been doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that whole thing? How scared were you when that all happened?
Well, I definitely think that was a changing moment.
You're like, you idiot, go to the doctor. You're dead.
There's so many moments that was running through my mind at that time. At first, I was just like, is he just being in pain? Is it just because he's not taking care of himself? Is he just hungover? You know?
She was laughing at me the first day. Okay,
I see her always
screaming in agony in the bed. Oh, and she was.
Do you need to talk to someone, Dane?
I was like,
wifeful abuse is real. Spousal.
It's love punches. It's how I show my affection. But
it's right in his scar tissue.
It's only on his arm with
battered
his
wife
tattoo.
syndrome. That's what he has.
No one knows. It's all about the cover-ups, you guys. Oh.
I
Anywho,
fell down the stairs. Every time he has to do, he's like, I hurt my butt bone. You were jumping around the other day.
I did. I pulled my butt muscle. Thanks a lot.
You feel all right? You feel better?
I feel all right now. Yeah, we did a little yoga.
We give you a bionic leg.
We actually went out that night and we did a little dancing ourselves. Yeah, actually.
Really? I like to dance sometimes.
We took a dance class lesson. It was actually really fun.
What kind of dance?
We got to meet with some local vendors over at the Bridal Show Spectacular that was held at Las Vegas Convention Center.
Yeah.
And so we got to meet a lot of cool people that were trying to get into the field of the wedding industry, more in particular.
Oh, really? So the wedding chamber?
Yeah. All wedding vendors.
I used to work for the wedding chamber. I was on the board, or kind of.
No kidding.
Okay,
I did.
Justin. Well, thank you. Can't wait to talk to you some more.
I know a lot of those people. Hey, I can connect you guys with them.
Throw us a bone anytime. But yeah, we got in touch with this vendor that was Arthur Murray Dance Academy, and
I think I signed up.
We got to go over there and learn the waltz and the cha-cha-cha with a bunch of other local couples and salsa.
Did you put a?
It was the salsa.
Did Dane put a rose in his mouth?
I thought it was doing the cha-cha-cha. Maybe that's why I was off the whole time.
Oh, that's the tango when you put a rose in your mouth.
The whole time, man. I could not catch up.
The merengue, the tango. What the tango is the one with the rose in your mouth.
It's a workout. It's a workout, but it was actually really cool because we got to meet a lot of locals that were getting married and having some date nights like we were.
That's
doing.
awesome.
It was really cool.
Because people talk about Vegas like, nothing last year, and I think it's beautiful when you see people getting married and being in a healthy relationship, going and dancing and having a good time. Because it's not all about partying. You know what I mean?
No,
we have a real community here.
I think that's the one thing just about being in Las Vegas is that there's such an accessibility to 24 hours. You know
everything.
What I mean?
You got everything.
You have to have your limitations and you have to know your own limits. And I think that's a part of the relationship that I'm so special, not only with my husband, but with a lot of our close friends. Like, we're very not responsible in some sense, but we know our own limits. We're very strong-minded to where we know our own expectations, and it's just about taking care of each other at the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, it's not all rainbows and butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
In
Sunshine.
marriage, it takes work, and in business, it takes work. We've overcome so many obstacles, not only as a couple, but as our friendships. And we truly have just experienced just the greatest journey with each other, and that's been the most special part about it.
That's one of the hardest challenges. Is like being married is probably one of the top. Being a parent, but being partners with friends or family, that's a challenge. Because I've been partners with friends and family, and it's definitely a challenge. It tests friendships and
absolutely
everything. Yeah.
All of our friends, we've been very blessed here in Las Vegas. Our friends are family. We've overcome
Art's shaking his head. No.
Some of them are.
We've overcome some major obstacles together as a family. We've lost a lot of loved ones, and they stay with us, and we're doing this dream not only for us but for them. Here we
it's
are.
good to be,
Local 808.
work with people that you really like and care about. I work with Manny. He's been working with me for almost a year now, and he's a really great guy. He has a good story, and he actually is from El Paso, where they just had that shooting that happened. So he knew some
That's
people
horrible,
that
by the way.
were over there. Yeah, and it's just kind of touching. But you want to talk about like where you've been and stuff?
What do you mean, like where I've been? Where?
Yeah. We're talking about family here. We're going to have everyone go around. Everyone go around,
Cool.
and
So
you
we
tell
got
your little
ours.
story.
Family time. Family time. All right.
Um,
Actually, I was born in Florida and grew up in El Paso, Texas. And first of all, I just want to say, rest in peace for all those people that died in El Paso. I mean, it's outrageous what happened, and it's really sad that people are just doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
That needs to stop.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Our whole team is in agreement to that.
Right.
We want to promote love, not hate in this world.
Yeah.
And also, I've been working with Justin for almost a year, building websites. I built you guys' website and everything's working.
Excellent
great,
website.
right?
Manny did our
Great
website,
job,
man.
yeah.
Manny's our
thank
guy,
you,
man.
Thank you. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I've been traveling a lot in the United States. I lived in Seattle for 5 years. One of my first jobs, I was working with Microsoft for a whole year, but it's a contract. It's a contractor, and I've just been getting a lot of contractor jobs since then. But I got tired of it, so I met Justin, and I was just, I'm just gonna.
Well, he just walked in one day, and he's
Yeah.
like, I need a job. And I was like, okay, sit down. Get to work. I just threw a bunch
No,
of
actually,
You emailed me
we had
or
that-
something.
Yeah, I emailed you. I actually came in for the interview, and then Justin said, like, do you mind to work right now? I was like, I'm ready to work right now.
I didn't even ask you that. I was like, oh,
You
there's a
ready to
chair
go to
right
work?
there.
Go to work.
Well, this place is kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I don't like
Right.
because we have so many customers, data. It's
Yeah.
really hard to hire someone,
For sure.
to trust.
Yeah.
And Manny came in, and you just get a vibe from someone. I was like, okay, this is a guy that I can trust. It's hard, and I'm really good at judging that, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just felt a good vibe, and I was like, oh, start working, dude. But
Energy is real. Energy
is.
real.
Yeah.
You feel that. You feel that vibe.
No,
100%.
but I mean, for me, I've been building websites since like 1999, like the year 2000.
Back in
Hey.
'99.
So it's been a
Yeah.
long time. I work for so many firms. I work for so many, web development,
Oh, you're 60.
development firms, and it's just been a really, I look back for all the knowledge and experience that I have, and everywhere I work, it's just about ethics. It's like if you go to a mechanic or a doctor, and if they kind of do some shady stuff and stuff like that,
Right.
This is not what we are about.
That's like doing the right thing when no one's watching.
Exactly.
Integrity,
So it's
ethics.
integrity and ethics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's move to Art
Yeah.
because I see the A's. You from L.A.?
Oh no.
No?
No, this is Braves. Oh, no.
Oh, what?
No, I'm not a Dodger fan. Yeah.
What?
I only like
You don't like
girls.
the Dodgers?
I
No.
don't like girls. That disqualifies me from being
I'm a Dodgers fan. I used to go to the games all the time.
You're young. You'll grow out of it. You're going through
I'm
a
not.
phase.
I'm not. I hope they come. Hey, did you hear about the baseball team?
Oh, yeah.
They might be tearing down the Rio. I don't know if it's true. I heard it. Tearing down the Rio and putting a MLB
They
team
were
there.
trying to get the Diamondbacks.
That
The
is
White
actually
Sox,
a
I
rumor
heard.
I heard as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
White Sox?
I heard
Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
That'd be cool. I think the
were trying to get 'em
Dodgers
last
would
year.
come because we're getting the Raiders. And who comes to Vegas? Our biggest fans or biggest
Or you
people that
just
come here?
could move the Dodgers to China.
Yeah.
They got a larger population, bigger fan base. Figure it makes sense. You know?
The Braves. So what are the Braves from? Indiana?
Land of the free and home of the Braves.
Where are the Braves from?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, Atlanta
Atlanta.
Braves.
Beast of the East.
So you're Atlanta.
Don't
what,
let him fool you. He's from Anaheim.
the
okay?
Falcons.
No.
Where are you from?
I was born in Jalisco, Mexico.
Okay.
So I don't have a home
Jalisco?
team, yeah.
Oh, for where tequila's from.
There's, yep. Two types of Mexicans. The ones from Jalisco and the ones that wish they were from Jalisco.
Okay, so is it true that tequila has to come from Jalisco?
It has to.
Has to.
It has to.
So that guy that has all the agave plants in front of his house, he's not making real tequila?
No, it's bootleg tequila.
What is it called?
Huh?
If it's not so, like champagne has to come from Champagne, France, and white wine is from everywhere else.
Sparkling wine is from
Yeah,
everywhere
sparkling
else.
wine.
Just like bourbon.
But I actually like Italian sparkling wine better than champagne. And it's cheaper usually for me. I like that Ruscio or whatever. That one's good.
Rosé.
Not rosé. It's
Rufino
Rosso?
Rufino. It's red with black.
Oh.
Because I lived in Italy
Rufino.
for like 2 years. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the- all right.
You
so,
bougie. You bougie,
I'm
Justin.
bougie. So go ahead. Art.
Well, pretty much born in Jalisco. Been out here for a while. Like, been out here since 7th grade.
You moved to
So-
Vegas from Jalisco?
Yep, I went from Jalisco to Anaheim, and then lived there for
Jalisco.
like 9 years.
Yeah.
And then moved to Vegas. I was in the Navy. So
Oh,
I
yeah?
was in the Navy and stationed in Lemoore.
Okay.
So,
How many years did you do?
almost 4.
Okay.
Did almost 4.
Yeah, I was in the Air Force for
Okay.
the 4 and
I
out.
was
Yeah.
a jet engine mechanic, so it's like I love doing that.
Oh yeah.
Love doing that until I come out here and found out that bartending pays more.
Right.
You know, so
You kind of remind me of. You can tell military people sometimes,
Oh.
especially the ones that did 4 years, because they're always pretty cool. They just like. We've already seen like a lot of but from 18 to 22, I saw more things than most people see in a
Oh, yeah,
lifetime.
I joined at 17. With
Yeah, I went to
parental
Korea,
consent.
all these different places,
Oh, damn.
and
I
you
didn't
probably
I didn't get to travel like that.
no.
No.
You're in
I
the
was,
Navy.
Yeah, but I was shore duty
On a
the whole
ship.
time.
Oh, they just had you mopping the
Yeah, pretty much building jet engines.
building the jet
F-18
engines.
Super
Okay,
Hornets.
the
Yep,
F-18s.
I used to work on those.
Are those the ones
F414.
that hover down?
No,
Okay, what is that one? That's a marine plane, right?
probably. Yeah.
It like
I never
it
worked
goes
on
and
those.
then stops and hovers down.
No.
The Avengers airplanes aren't real, bro. Okay.
Are they? No, it's
Not
real.
yet.
Actually, I was in that. So I saw tons of planes with the F-17, the stealth one.
Oh yeah.
It can be flying
bombers.
right above your head. You wouldn't be able to hear it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And they used to use. That's what I was talking about with the duct tape. I saw them duct taping wings. And you can't walk on those wings because they're paper thin. Like these things are thin. Those black ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The black stealth
Oh, yeah.
planes. They don't even make them anymore.
I just saw they were coming out for a domestic home use airplane that is affordable for all families. You can get it for $1,800 a month, and it's a 2-seater type airplane.
How is that affordable for most families?
Amphibious
$1,800 a month.
Dave the baller.
amphibious
Yeah,
airplane.
he's like,
You can live in there,
$14,000
bro.
a
You
month.
can
Dude,
travel
most
the
people-
world and live in
Spends
that
$100
thing,
on his
bro.
haircut,
Come
so-
on. Get out of here.
$1,800 a month.
Go
A normal
live
family
life,
cannot
man.
afford that, dude. But that's pretty cool. A
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
Where would we fly these things? I'm kind of.
Everywhere.
Oh man.
Everywhere.
But Uber has those little helicopters. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh, no.
They're little drones that they've been testing.
Oh, no.
So they'll like pick you up in your little drone. I think we're gonna be autonomous.
That's coming.
Yeah, autonomous is gonna be out pretty soon, and we're not gonna be able to drive in probably 10 years.
I just don't think there's any way you could have that much air traffic and have people just in control of their
Yeah.
own route. You'd have to
Well,
have some
GPS.
kind of
Yeah.
You just have to have someone else being able to operate that with that many people up in the air at that point in time.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
I mean, not only can we do major change on our ground level as far as using different straws and paper cups and what have you to do our love for the environment, but that can also go a long way with our form of transportation. There's got to be new means for the way we travel.
Oh, yeah. So you can drink more.
I
Can I have one of Dane and Marissa and Art's cocktails? Coming up, sir. Now fly me where I want to go. $1,800.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
$1,800.
Well, I mean,
$1,800 plane.
Well, I mean, you see Elon Musk doing that huge thing in LA, how he's having those underground, the tunnels. But, you know, you think
What
about,
are those called? Hyperloop.
Yeah.
Those are scary.
Yeah.
Because if something happens, do you know the concept of it?
Yeah, I've seen the concept of it with the people going inside. It's that like one motion, like the box.
So
looks like.
think of it like there's air bubbles, you know, like, and you have a ball with air. You have two. They might have four in the tube, but the tube is like a circle. Tube's a circle like that, and you have the balls, like the ski balls, or not maybe ski balls, but air is flying behind them. But then at the end, there's an air bubble, so it's going to slow down. It's going to shoot down really fast and then slow down across. So as it slows down, you walk out in the air bubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to turn around the corner fast. There's going to be an air pocket there, so it'll go slowly across and then shoot down. It's kind of a cool concept, but put this into real life. They're going to dig up from San Francisco to L.A. They're going to have to put it in the ocean.
I mean, if
It has to be in the ocean.
Has to be.
I really think that
Yeah,
roads,
right?
in some sense.
How the heck are they going to do it?
But whoever invented cars and roads, I mean, I don't think they were really thinking about the environment or how it was really affecting people or the
No.
population, you know?
But it did change us from having horses. I mean, we have to go through escalation in life.
But
We couldn't just go to spaceships.
I
you
just
know?
think that there were plans for a subway before there were plans for major freeways, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a true fact. I just think that in some sense it's why do you need this much? It's the freedom in some sense, but do you really need that much freedom for you to get into your car? At
Well, you all
4
want to
o'clock
be
in the morning?
individuals. We can't just go on the bus or the plane. But if you go to Europe, that's all they do.
That's all they do.
All we did was travel around like homeless people in the train, you know, when I wasn't working. But we'd like fall asleep on the train, you know. And I loved it.
Awesome.
I hate driving. I'd rather take they've been talking about, have you guys heard about they're going to do a bullet train from LA to Vegas?
That's talking about that.
They've been talking about that since I was like 10
Forever.
years old.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for it because it's only going to take, a bullet train travels like double the speed of a regular
That
train.
would do one.
Travels 200 miles per hour. So you'd be able to get to LA in like 2 hours.
Think how
Yeah.
fast we could move our horse trailer from one state to another.
And and how many drinks you'd be able to serve on this thing.
Oh,
Like people
absolutely.
pre-gaming on the way, you have machines once it
Bartending
hits
service
over the state
on
line.
The train.
Well, would the train be dictated by state if you're in California on the train, or could it be dictated by like Las
Yeah,
Vegas?
how does that work out?
They could just make it all the train area Indian land, like Native American land.
Yeah.
Because then they could have machines on it,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Yeah.
And get people like getting broke on the way out. You know, we'd just all be broke. No, I love Las Vegas though. I mean, I'm from California. I'm from Redlands, California, and I moved here when I was 10. Do you know where that is?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, they have like one of the best. I wanted to go to college there because they have a really cool art program, but going to college in California is outrageous. You can't.
Oh yeah.
It would have
You
been
don't
so.
have a scholarship, like
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they were like, "You're an idiot. You can't. You can't come here. You're too smart for this school." That's what they told me.
I don't know. I see Las Vegas just making a huge comeback in some sense. I think Las Vegas has been very transient for a long time, but they're making a big wave of just having this force of the community.
Yeah.
We actually just got booked for the Ferguson's Market. They do it at the Market in the Alley. They do it once every month. We got booked for the October one, but they have a bunch of local vendors come out. It's just a big push for your local
Where's
community.
that at?
It's going to be in Ferguson.
Shameless plug.
Yeah,
Where's it at?
Ferguson
Wink,
Street.
wink.
In downtown. You can see it on Market in the Alley. I was like, they also have a website where they feature like each time they're going to be doing their events. They do it once a month, so I think it's every Sunday.
Well, we need to put that on your website. Who's your website
October
designer?
20th. Yeah.
Who is our Manny?
Manny.
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 Get on that.
But I just think that's going to be a big wave. Like, I just see Vegas community just getting stronger and stronger the more that we're growing, you know? So I think the sports teams, like the Golden Knights coming was the first.
We were talking
solidarity.
about that.
Yes.
Because that's like the new community bringer together.
Yeah, that's like the sport that people go to the bars to go watch. It brings them together. Like, it's something that the community can get behind.
Right.
And I think they've all been craving to do that for a long time.
I mean, sports have been doing that for a long time. If you go back to like the original Olympia, like the Greeks and the Romans, like they were killing people in the they didn't kill each other in Greek. They never had that kind of sport. They were kind of like hippies. But the Romans, they wanted blood, and that's what brought them together. And like hockey, you played ice hockey. It's all about
11 years
fighting,
yes.
and we just love it.
I got the teeth to prove it.
Oh yeah.
It was field hockey.
There's no such thing.
Oh, my video ended. Oh.
Oh,
Did
it's
yours
okay.
end?
Ours is still going.
Oh, okay. Shared a story. I don't know why it ended. Okay, so, but that brought the entire community together because it was transient. Everyone's like, oh, I like the Braves or I like this. And I don't want to take that away from people, but if you live in Las Vegas, you should rep your town. You know what I mean? And I think having these, even the Raiders come here and people are like, oh, I don't like the Raiders. But I think I think a lot of people are going to start liking the Raiders.
We're gonna get behind them
Because that's what that's what this whole city is built on is travel. And people are going to come here to
100%.
travel for the Raiders.
Absolutely.
It's going to make more money. I think it's going to bring us together. And I've been a 49ers fan my entire life. I'm not really huge into football. I used to play it, but I don't really get into it or watch it. I like the concept of football. I love football, the sport.
You know, Las Vegas has been through a lot over the past couple of years, and we came together as a community and Vegas strong, and I think that really hits home with the people in the community of Las Vegas, and it's true to who we are as a community. We're about locals. We're about people coming together and having a good time. We're about that love,
pulling strength from each other as well.
Right. Unfortunately, tragedy is like the biggest cause of change. Like when something bad happens, and that was something horrible to happen.
Absolutely.
But everything that bad ever happened to me, I grew from it, and I became a better person. And I said, well, what the heck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, this bad thing happened. You can either be destroyed by it or you grow into something better. And what we did is we stepped up. I actually went to one of the events for the October thing. Yeah,
Very
October
cool.
1. But it was sponsored by the Knights because they were really big. A lot of the Knights guys came out and like got involved in it, and they did a charity after and stuff, and that's what really tied everyone together, and that's why they like the Golden Knights,
Yeah, one of the many reasons.
I'm hoping I'm hoping the Raiders kind of do the same thing, but you guys seen it in the bar. I mean, whenever you go to a bar on a Knights night, it's packed.
But you
Just
see what
super
we're
packed.
talking about right now, and I get the chills talking about it, is it took one organization to make this movement, and look at what a stand-up job they did for our community in a time of need that we really needed something,
Right.
And so that's our push too. We're here to push the local scene. We're here to push the local talent. We're here to show Las Vegas, not only in our cocktails, but in our decor and
Right.
the garnishes on our cocktails. I mean,
Keeps bringing it back. No, hey,
He's
but
known for his decor.
No, but what I gotta
gotta bring it back.
I know. No, what I had to say about his Instagram posts, they're pretty cool. Like he has his own like filter with the green and red. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'm pretty into like art stuff, so I kind of.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I've
think we
always
all
been that
have a creative
appreciation.
gene in us. I really
I think
do.
so.
I really
Creative
do.
genes on in.
Oh, our stop too is due to bad connection.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's okay.
Jeez, what
We
is-
can always restart.
Whatever. Well,
Is this one?
This is gonna go up, so you can just send them.
Yeah. Well, I think just to continue on, we were talking about with our community. I was like, in Dane just having his own creative edge in some sense with our Instagram feed and how he's made his way. Like, I just remember him getting uncomfortable. I told him, I was like, you need to manage our Instagram. And he's like, what is Instagram? He's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? And
Whoa, don't throw
What
me
is
under the
Instagram?
bus like
He's
that.
like,
I knew what Instagram was.
He had his
but
walker
listen,
with-
I
with
come
2
from a
tennis balls.
generation that used the MySpace, okay?
Yeah,
I
he's
was
like, is it like
familiar with the
MySpace? No.
Facebook, you know?
But that just about that getting uncomfortable, like we had talked about, you know, like it's just leading through inspiration. A lot of people don't know their own talents or their own way of actually pursuing their dreams until they actually start to do it and just put themselves out there. And we're just putting ourselves out there. Hopefully it causes inspiration with all of our friends and in us being in the local community for us to just be a part of something and them to be a part of something they believe in and get behind something that they want to support all the time.
How in the hell in this lifetime are we going to give ourselves our own cap on what we can do?
Right.
The sky is the limit. We're only holding ourselves back. I left a great paying job with a great sense of family.
Job.
But
I hate that word.
the push
do.
is here, and I did it for the quality of life, of doing what I love to do with the people I love most. And I wouldn't have turned back time for anything.
Yeah.
Because I am exactly where I'm supposed to be on this journey. And I think in time it'll show.
Right.
I really do.
What about you, Art?
Well, I love this. I love what we do. Like, shout out to our friends, too, because we've gotten so much love, so much support. Like, they're awesome. You know, that's why, I believe in this as well. I love this. I'm still the one. We're both working. Me and Marissa are both working full-time still. But I know, I'm just happy that there's an end game. A lot of people, like in the service industry, which, obviously, if you're a busser at a good club, you can make 6 figures a year, you know,
Right.
as a busser. But it's like a lot of people don't have an end game, and that's what I see as my end game.
And they're spending their money.
Absolutely.
Like a lot of
because
people,
we go out
they're
and
in the
promote.
lifestyle.
We go out and promote.
But again,
As gaming bartenders, I go out and promote, every day.
But
So-
again, you're giving yourself that cap. You're saying I'm
Yeah.
only worth that amount. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's so much
You can
more,
only go so high
you know?
when you're working for a big corporation
Correct.
or
When
big
you're
company.
working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're making somebody else's dream happen, not your own.
Break those chains.
You know?
Break those chains. Absolutely.
Definitely. I think that's what being rich is, like working with your family, something that you guys believe in.
Doing something you love. Yeah.
With everybody, and I think that's just being rich right there.
I told both of my business partners before this journey that I would never let it fail. It's just not in our cards. But with that being said, I had this business owner come at us, very successful business owner, and he said, just don't be afraid if you fail. And I kind of took offense to it. And I was with my wife at the time, and I took offense to it, and I looked up at him, and I just said, I don't understand how I can fail at being me.
Yep.
And there's no failure to me by being who we are and by showing what we want to do and the mark we want to leave in our community and what we want to promote. We're here to be leaders of this movement, and we will be known.
Right. I think, that's a common phrase. Don't be afraid if you fail, because I've failed so many times.
Absolutely.
Dude, if you don't fail in business, like you're gonna fail at something. It's just at something, even though you're being yourself and whatever, and you're putting your life on, you're putting yourself on the line. It's just seeing that failure and saying, okay, how could I change that?
What are you
going to
do
success?
with it? Correct.
No, make it a success. You know what I mean? And not just like a lot of people say, oh, that's not going to work because of this, and this. And I think that's the worst outlook ever, the most pessimistic outlook.
Yep.
What you have to look at is it's not going to work because of this, and this is what I'm going to do to make it work. Like, find the solution, not just say, oh, okay, this is a roadblock in the road.
One of my favorite quotes is, success is controlled failure. You have to fail often and don't be afraid to fail. But that succession is because you've tried it so many times that you know that this is going to be the one that works because you've already tried everything else that's failed. So success truly is just controlled failure.
Right. And you got to win.
All
Well, I
we
think
do is
winning is important because you could
Getting
just keep
lucky.
losing and be a loser. like I always, when I was in football, they'd be like, "Oh, loss is, we're just going to learn from them." I'm like, if we just keep losing, we're just going to learn how to lose. We need to learn how to win because once you start winning, and I just made this quote up myself just now. No, like I made up this quote a while ago, but I was like, okay, when you learn how to win, that just breeds success. Like this is how I did that, and you learn from the winning because I think the loss is one part, but turning that loss into a win. You know what I mean?
I try to
Defeating that
create
challenge.
on our social media accounts stepping stones on our journey so
Mhm.
people can literally see each step that we took to get this journey started.
Right.
We hope to inspire. We hope that there are going to be a line of mobile bars from other locals that can shadow us and kind of bring this new industry to light here in Las Vegas. But we also hope to inspire other local artists and other local things that we can promote ourselves as well.
Yeah, and the art scene in Vegas is growing a lot.
That's insane.
is.
I'm looking at some of your artwork, and I did not know you were an artist as well. Those skull guys are crazy.
Oh yeah.
Can we show those?
Can you show us your skull?
Can we grab one?
Yeah.
Marissa, the wife broke two of them last time. That's why he's a little skeptical.
These are actually some toys that I worked on with a friend of mine. We were sitting around smoking hookah.
What kind of hookah?
I was like, oh, we were playing with some.
What kind of hookah you smoking, Justin?
It's called monster clay, and it's what they use in all the movies. If you see, because it's it's a wax-based clay, so it never hardens. So you can always keep these toys I have up there. That are not toys, but the sculptures I made. Those can always be manipulated. All you do is heat it up a little bit with your finger or torch, and it can always be manipulated.
Love it.
But that's why
Great
we were
expression.
playing. We were playing with that thing, and I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty cool."
I love it.
Yeah, but these are all historical characters. I'm a big history buff, so I like, we had Achilles, we had Captain Skullbeard, but Captain Blackbeard.
Like I said,
But
we can make some alcohol ice cubes out of this.
Right.
is what I'm saying.
Each one of these guys has their own death story. It's kind of fun, like
That's
how they
cool.
died. Caesar, he's like, it's kind of for
Their
kids.
own
We would
death
make it,
story.
fun, but whatever.
Creative genius.
Death is a part of life.
Love it.
And I think it would teach kids about history. So that's the whole thing. I like to build the future and think about kids. And,
I love it.
I have a 12-year-old. How old are my kids? 12, 9, and 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a lot of kids.
Oh,
They're
wow, yeah.
just hanging around.
Cool.
I don't know where they are. I think
Daddy
they're
Justin.
over there playing on the freeway. But
Oh my god.
They're in the car.
yeah, I'm a daddy.
But
Not a
that's
sugar.
but that's awesome that you are thinking about their future too. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Every single thing that you're doing in some sense is to inspire your kids for a better future.
I'm really a big kid. I like to do things I like to do.
Yeah, I know. You had me jumping over a chair last time, and I almost busted my
Oh, yeah.
ass last time doing it,
I
man.
never want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid, even though Toys R Us went out of business. But once you start being too important or too cool, I think that's sad.
Yeah.
You look at a lot of these actors.
Be who
and
you
they're
are,
like, "Oh, I can't."
100%.
Yeah, be who you are.
And
Be
have fun doing it.
and don't take yourself seriously at all. Just do crazy stuff once in a while.
Absolutely.
You should just always in the mirror when you wake up, just do that old what's that Home Improvement?
Home Alone.
Home
Home
Improvement. too.
No, that's Al Borland. Yeah,
No,
Wilson.
I did a YouTube video a Facebook thing this morning. I was like, every morning I get some battery acid and I put it on my face. And then I was like, ah! And then I said, wait, this is homeless beard oil. But I have this natural beard oil that I put on my skin. I think it has rosemary and all this stuff.
That.
What, this
Yeah.
morning? Oh, when I was late? You're like, this
He's
video?
late.
this guy, what the heck?
I had
What
a
kind of video is
manager and
this?
friend at my last job that used that kind of beard wax and stuff. He had one of those little
Yeah, there's beard wax,
twirly
but this is an
mustaches.
oil.
An oil, huh?
You can't. They have a balm too. Ashley got it for me, but it's really cool. It makes your skin feel so soft.
Isn't it like wet though?
No, it's just like I used to use this olive oil. That's how I use it as chapstick and stuff like that. I love olive oil, for massages and stuff.
I gotta keep my face clean. I gotta keep the moneymaker clean.
Yeah. You can't put any homeless beard oil on there. It's made with bits of real
Gotta keep
homeless
my wife
Amish
happy.
guys.
Yeah.
No.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah, that's right, babe.
Or what is it called? It's called Amish. Honest Amish. Okay, Honest Amish. That's what. Yeah, she got it for me, but I like it.
Super cool.
Luxurious beard.
It's gone now. It's got that baby face.
I just forgot to shave for a day, and that's why.
So what's up? You buy him beard oil, but you can't buy the man some shoes. He's walking around with straw sandals. The last time I seen him, then he's got no feet, or no shoes now.
They're not preppy. They're not preppy.
She likes your preppy look.
I get them at Burlington.
You
Thank
do
you, Burlington,
All
for
I'm-
sponsoring this show.
All I'm saying is it's Vegas summer right now, so you step outside like that, you're gonna learn your lesson quick.
Oh, walking on the asphalt.
Absolutely.
I know, I brought my dancing
Absolutely.
shoes. Oh, you guys were dancing. You gotta try. You really gotta try them, guys.
Let me see him.
You want me to bring them? Over?
Go bring him over. Let's show everybody what you're talking about.
He literally just jumped
my
in to go
gosh.
get his dancing shoes.
He really does have dancing shoes.
No, these are really awesome. I love these
He
shoes.
really does have dancing shoes. Let me see this.
Do they make those for men?
These are men's shoes. These are men's shoes, but they're flexible.
What are these?
They're dancing shoes. Because I'm a dancer, but I'm dancing on air. Just a matter of time
Super
till
cool,
it falls.
Justin. That's super cool.
You like them. You guys were dancing, but I like to dance. And right downstairs, have you guys
do
ever
not own
been?
dancing shoes. Though.
Have you ever
Let's
been to the Sand
clarify
Dollar?
that.
But you need to try them because it brings your dance to another level
Okay.
that you're not at.
Okay.
You guys aren't at that level.
All right. I guess not.
What are you
Not
wearing,
yet.
penny
We're on-
loafers?
hey, come on. It was session number 1. We got
Tap
another
dance-
4 more
tap dancing
sessions
shoes?
lined up.
Yeah.
I
we
actually
should
want to
have
do
our
tap
bands.
dancing or river dancing.
River dancing, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
No, I've always wanted to do tap dancing.
Tap dancing?
I need to get some taps in my shoes.
A lot of athletes do tap dancing and ballet.
Oh yeah,
Growing
it's
up.
really good for your feet movement.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But to get back to the
For attracting
dancing,
men.
downstairs, shout out to the Sand Dollar Lounge. They're pretty awesome. Like sometimes I'll be working here at 1, and they're just rocking and rolling downstairs. They have blues music, and they have a little dance floor, and it's a really cool place. They've been here since like the 70s. Have you ever been there?
Weren't they on that bar rescue? I
Yeah.
think I saw them do the bar rescue.
I
before,
guess
yeah.
so. People told me that, but I
Yeah.
never watched it.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV really.
That's
okay.
good.
I just watch
That's
the
okay.
stare at the wall. I watch Netflix. I watch I think I'm watching Rome right now. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I haven't.
No.
Oh, well, I like old. I only watch old shows like Game of Thrones. I know Game of Thrones is fake, but it's like old time. I don't know.
I've never even seen it.
I don't like to contribute to the branding because how does Netflix? They try and promote all these shows like that one Stranger Things
Mm-hmm.
because it's branding. It's like
How many
Doritos,
times do you watch Flash
Doritos,
Dance?
Pepsi. It's like all these different things.
How many times do you watch Flash Dance on Netflix?
I've never watched Flashdance.
Get out of here. I bet
What?
you
Dirty Dancing. I love Dirty
Dirty
Dancing.
Dancing.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
that's a
Patrick
classic.
Swayze.
Swayze?
Swayze.
Crazy.
He was a phenomenal dancer, actually.
Yes, he
And
was.
the
Swayze
girl
was
was
the
good.
shit.
She was pretty good.
Yeah, he was cool.
Oh yeah, Swayze. What do you think of Swayze?
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her? She's got nice
is she?
hair.
Don't they have some of Patrick Swayze's stuff in the Zach Baggins Museum?
Yes.
Zach Baggins? Is
Yeah.
that
The
the
Zach Baggins Haunted Museum.
haunted guy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
He's a
used to
big
be. He
fan.
was on the Wedding Chamber.
He's a big fan.
What is he?
Was
Uh-huh.
he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
We went,
shout out Zach
so-
Baggins.
we actually
him?
went and checked out their museum
top
last
hat?
Halloween with a couple friends and checked out his haunted artifacts and stuff, and it was super cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, some rooms were a little bit scarier than others. That's
I
for
heard
sure.
it. My sister-in-law and brother went there, and they were like, they said it was really demonic. or
Listen,
something.
that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful. Like I said, energy for us, we believe it's real, you
Yeah.
know. So you walk in there, you're messing with some energies over there. That's for sure.
I definitely believe that you can believe in it, but you don't give it energy. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, you can be aware of it, but just don't, like, give it the energy that it wants from you.
Have you guys been to the Mom Museum?
Yeah.
I
Have you been
haven't
there?
yet. I actually haven't been there
Art's
yet.
like,
One of
I'd
my
go
buddies just
anyway.
I
Shout
work.
out.
I just sit at home and watch the
I
Braves
work.
all day long.
And then he also works.
Why don't you watch the Diamondbacks? The next time I see you, I want to see the Diamondbacks necklace if they come here. You wouldn't ever change to the Diamondbacks?
Never. Been a Braves fan since I was 6.
He's stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
there's
been
no
I've
way.
been a 49ers fan since like birth. My grandma used to like them, and me and my grandma were close, but I used to really like the 49ers. And now, once the Raiders change over, I think I'm going to become a Raiders fan.
Don't do that.
I got to because I got to rep my city.
season tickets, and I won't be a Raider fan.
You have season tickets?
About season tickets.
Well, is that? Are you
I just
telling
figure I
me
can
something?
make
You're going to
money
sell
off
me
of it.
some of the tickets?
Huh? Absolutely.
Sell.
Are you going to give me some of the tickets?
King, man,
Yeah.
that would have been my first choice right there.
They
Give
did-
me some.
He's not
Then
my
you want to see
financial
the
advisor.
49ers?
Art's he's the money man. You
That's
got to
true.
talk money
He
with
is.
him.
He is.
I didn't say how much you sell him, a
Mathematical
dollar.
genius, this guy right here. Mathematical genius.
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
I can
Yeah.
tell.
Numbers. For
Very calculated.
For sure.
I'm kind of a numbers man, but I don't really like numbers. They're
I'm not
they're
good
boring
with
to me.
numbers, man. Yeah.
I'm
not
good with numbers, but they're boring. Like
They're pretty boring to me too.
I just asked Cart.
There you go.
I think I wasn't like in math. I think I went like too far on problems. I was like going further than like where it was supposed to be. They're like, "Oh, here's the answer." You just went like 10 times further.
Overthinking.
I think I was like overdoing it. I'm not comparing myself to Einstein, but he was like a C person in
What I'm
math.
saying.
I'm saying I'm smarter than
saying what I'm
Einstein.
You know what's messed up? My grandma used to do my math homework, so that's probably why I was so bad at math.
Did you?
man.
My
She
kid
did
had
great. She always got me A's and B's, man. So
Oh,
shout
my
out to my
gosh.
grandma.
my
not
kid
trying
had
to
a
hate.
shirt that had a shark on it that said my shark ate my homework. Did you have one that said my grandma did my homework? That's why it was my shark ate my
My dog ate my homework.
No, but you say your dad? Oh,
Oh, my God.
Oh,
we
your
heard the
dog.
same thing,
Dad,
bro.
like-
My dad. I can
My
never
dad
hear
ate
what
my
she
homework.
says.
That
I'm
would've been
going-
something
Dude,
new.
I'm going deaf. I need some of those earrings. What'd you say? What was that gesture? No. Okay, so do we have anything else to talk about? We could talk for days.
Local 808 events. We're doing the
Wait, is
market
this
in the
your plug?
alley, October. Yeah, I'm doing our recap.
wife is
Okay,
plugging us.
A
We're gonna
recap.
do
We
another-
gotta do a recap.
Stop plugging us.
Plugging.
Stop it,
Okay,
man.
wait,
Stop
say-
interrupting our
Say it
plugs.
one more time, but say it in a fantastical way.
Local
Local
808.
808.
Market in the Alley in October, so come check us out if you haven't seen anything. We're bringing one of the trailers out there. We're going to do a specialty cocktail menu, so we're really going to just pull out all the bells and whistles and just kind of showcase us.
Yeah.
And then we're also participating in the next Bridal Spectacular in January. So
That'd be cool.
for all you upcoming brides, just come down to Bridal Spectacular. I think it's only $15 a ticket.
Yeah.
It's going to be held at the Rio.
That's
a lot
pretty
of other
sweet.
local vendors there to come check out too. And,
Yeah.
So yeah.
And are you guys going to get a robotic arm? Like
No.
you give the drink to the robot and it brings it over? We were just talking about solenoids, and me and him have both messed around with because I used to do tattoos when I was this is my tattoo shop. When I was in the Air Force, I had made my own, it was called Extreme Ink, and I was tatting everyone up.
Oh.
But I just taught myself. Like I practiced on my leg. And the first gun I made, it's pretty good actually, because I got a nice gun and I got the nice ink and stuff. Because I don't know, I watched like a video and I was like, oh, I can do this myself.
I can do
Saw a
this.
YouTube
Yeah.
video and
I got
instant tattoo.
Oh yeah, no, but I
That's wild.
actually at
YouTube
first
degree.
practiced with I made one out of a mechanical toothbrush, and what's in the mechanical toothbrush is a solenoid it's like a little motor.
Or a motor from a Walkman.
Yeah,
Make 'em-
with a Walkman,
Yep.
and then you use a guitar string.
Yep.
So it just works the same
the
way, and it
spring
moves
from a
back and
pen.
forth. Yeah, I learned that in prison, but no, I wasn't in prison. No, but I heard that's how they make them there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that how they make them?
Yeah.
He's like, why are you looking at it?
Look at the Mexican.
No, I think
Shout
I
out
saw
to
that
the
online.
homies.
Oh, my homies in lockup. All my homies in
block.
lockup for like
Locals
for
forever.
no for they're probably, if there's a lot of people in prison right now, 70% of the population is non-violent drug crimes, which I think is sad. I think it's just a really sad. I don't think drugs are good for you.
You can strike out and be doing life just because.
Before having weed or
you got
something.
a drug problem.
It being a drug
they'll
addict,
strike
which
you
is a
out.
problem.
Yeah.
See how you said that? It's not a. I don't think it's a crime to be
You hurt yourself. You didn't hurt anybody.
Right. So in Portugal, they made all drugs delegalized. So like that means so you can't get arrested. They treat it as someone suffering from an ailment, which it is.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a disease.
Right. And I think that's like one of the biggest. I'm getting into the government thing, but I think that's one of the biggest tyrannies in this country. In the beginning of the 19th century, they started getting outlaw happy on drugs, saying, "Oh, that's not good for you." But I think it was just a control thing. Like if you go back to prohibition, this is something that's could affect you guys. Alcohol went through the roof. Violence with alcohol went through the roof. It was just nuts. And that's what's going on with drugs right now. We're putting people in jail for smoking a joint or doing this or whatever, and that's not my business. That's not the government's, but they're not our parents. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I 100% agree with that, and I think it's a shame. But let's go back to local events. I'm waiting for Dane to twist it around.
www.local808events.com.
Not drinking our drinks. But what's the coolest drink that you guys make?
You know, I actually got asked.
You don't do magic tricks?
Listen, I
He
actually.
gets a nice flair for sure.
I got a little magic.
Did you bring a bottle to do some flair?
No, I don't.
I would flare, but I jam my finger.
No.
I could
All these
flip
excuses.
it up.
over
And
here.
Darn. Hey, Justin, darn.
Darn, dude.
No, you know, I actually got asked that question the other day by a local entrepreneur that we're trying to collab with out here for an event. And he asked me what was my favorite drink to make. And to be honest with you, man, I was just telling my wife this morning, we're just touching the limit on what we can do. We're breaking through boundaries.
Well, what are you working on right now? Because that's usually you're like, oh, I'm hot on this.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go bang out that little chai tea cocktail latte we talked about and make something out of that with that Ambrose banana whiskey because I think that'd be something.
Can you send it? Can you download it to my Neuralink?
Absolutely.
Dude, so we were talking about the Neuralink.
That
I think we were talking about
little
AF camera.
brain charge you were talking about.
But what you would do is download a drink, basically, and you can only use it once, and then the code would change. But you would have the rights. You would have royalties on that drink. Actually, I think it would make a lot of money. Like if you make up your drink, you have it programmed into Neuralink, and people would have to buy it. And then every time they buy it, you would make a royalty.
I've been really thinking about that ever since we talked about it on whether or not I would do that.
I'm going to do it.
I
think it already
happened. And I'm telling you right now, I made my decision, and absolutely not.
I think it already happened to me when I was in the
military.
military.
OG. I'm staying 100%.
Maybe you.
Humankind. OG.
That was from the Matrix. 100% fully bred human here. No, but that's
no holes in there.
Well, no, it's synthetic. You guys, we don't even know. We probably all could be AI. That's actually I wrote a book of. I didn't finish it, but it's called Socialica, and it's everyone. This is if it ever comes out. This is a spoiler. Everyone at the end finds out that they're AI, and the slaves that are supposed to be AI are humans. And Elon Musk is actually the president of this, and it's 300 years in the future.
Oh.
But everyone at 16 has to get an implant for. They have to get this implant that's like a screen. It's actually a CPU that's installed, and they have to do social updates every hour. And if you don't do a social update, your family gets fined and stuff. But it's kind of a cool concept. But the AI thing, like we could all be AI because you can make biological. They're already working on liquidware. Have you guys ever seen that movie? What's the movie? Artidia or whatever her name is, but she's a robot and she tricks the guy. She's like a really pretty girl, but at the back she's a robot, and he falls in love with her. Have you guys seen that? It's
Dude,
scary.
What movies do you watch?
I
You're
watched
all over the
I
place,
don't like
bro.
them.
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, I love Dirty Dancing.
Xeon Flux.
Give me some Xeon Flux. I watched that a few years ago. But this one, this one came out a few years ago, and the main guy's like Mark Zuckerberg, and he lives in this compound, and this dude that's working for him, he's a programmer, he gets sent out there to be like an intern to learn about his projects because he's like Willy Wonka and no one knows what he's doing. But he's working on liquidware, and then he has all these robots. They don't look like robots; they look like humans.
Liquidware.
And then he's like, okay, I want you to interview this girl. He falls in love with the girl. She like because women have power over men in a lot of cases. I think Dane can attest to that, and Art and me. No.
That's a
Just
negative.
kidding, baby. If you're watching,
That's a negative Ghost
you're watching,
Rider.
I love you.
She is watching, just so you know.
Yes.
Yeah, your
we edit
fiance
this?
is watching, by the way.
Abort.
but he falls in love with her, and then she totally tricks Batman and like leaves him, like locks him into the compound because the compound's like really secure, like you can't get in or out if this thing happens, and she knew it. She was like tapping into the system, so she locked him out, and she got on the helicopter and like left, and then he just peace. She was just using him. But yeah.
Gold digger.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
life digger. She wanted to be because she was just confined in the spot. It was kind of cool, the liquidware, and that they were using this dude. He like owned. He's like, think of the owner of Google, and he was using his camera to record. They're using everyone's camera to record their facial expressions and like what they're doing, anecdotes, and he was using it to make his robot better. Like, because if a robot's not going like this or moving its hands right, if it's like,
Doesn't look normal. Yeah.
hello.
It's probably happening right now,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like they're just watching and studying people's figure. Okay, Justin, calm it down.
What are you talking about?
I can't even look over here.
It probably is. We're all robots. No.
Well, speaking of liquid, where my favorite liquid.
Oh
drink
my gosh. She
is-
just All
Plug.
Which one's your favorite right now? Because you're a
Um,
bartender as well, not just a manager. You don't just watch people do
Yeah.
things.
Well, I work 5 shifts a week. I was like, and I work hard. I was
But
like,
you manage and bartend.
yeah, I'm a
'Cause- She
working
does it all.
manager. I'm
Because we have a
working
friend
manager, yeah.
Jeannie that I think she might do a little bit of bartending.
So all the
Or
all the
Janaea.
Janaea. So
Yeah.
all the managers, just so you know, are working managers. Like we all work 5 shifts a week. We're all behind the bar, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to ask them to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. I was like, and I like to lead by example. So I feel like I have to be the hardest one working, because if I'm not showing them like how hard they should be working at all times, then I'm not doing my job.
Oh yeah.
But
You can't you got to roll up your sleeves. Put a bandana on.
I
Rub
yeah.
some of that paint on
some
your
war
eyes.
paint,
War paint.
These are my warriors on the front line, and who would I be if I wasn't the general in battle with them? That's truly how I feel.
100%.
She's got a
So-
grenade. She's like, "All right, guys, we got to get in
We're
there."
gonna go deployed.
Well,
but,
She's a hard worker, not tough. Just
yeah.
hard worker.
Yeah, not to.
You don't have a lot of general managers or people in position like my wife, not too many at least, that were a bartender or still is bartending and still running an establishment. Actually, Arturo's boss at his job was a former bartender who then became and owned a couple of her businesses and shop.
Wait,
for
a
her
lot of
drinks.
general managers weren't bartenders of bars.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
That is sad.
You would
That's
be surprised.
like in the military, a lot of these dudes that become lieutenants,
Yeah.
they should have been enlisted first, so
Absolutely.
they can relate. And I think that's a
1000%.
sad part.
Correct.
Like, I've had like 100 jobs, so I think, well, I didn't get fired from all of them. A couple, no, but I worked for an employment agency. So I worked. My mom owns an a temp agency. So I worked like counting people one time, making signs, and I think everyone should work for one of those places or go into the military or something, because then you can relate to people that are like doing these
Correct.
things and not just say, "Oh, you're pointing their finger." Like you don't even know what I'm talking about because you've never done it.
But
You've never
I mean-
counted people for 8 hours.
But I mean, a lot of
truly
these,
walk
yeah.
in their shoes.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Truly walk in their shoes.
But a lot of these, even the casinos, you know what I mean, food and beverage managers, and I'm not discrediting any of them on their work ethics or their knowledge that they have, but I'm saying that they don't know.
It's political.
They don't know what they're doing.
Mommy and
A lot of
daddy
it,
got
yeah.
them the job. Typically, I mean,
They
just like
they're
politics.
not working.
Dude.
They're not working on behind the bar, dealing with
Oh,
these
yeah.
guests and dealing with these people. And I think that's part of the best attribute that I do have with managing the bar is that I was just telling one of my bartenders the other day how I just love seeing all the little changes that we've been able to make it just a more efficient in some sense and a better experience.
Yeah.
So that way they're just, it's just a better experience all around for them, for my employees, and for the customers. Like, they just appreciate it.
And like, you've been a client on the other side of the bar. You've been a bartender, and now you're in the manager position. You kind of were molded into that.
I think
And some companies don't do that.
No.
It's
I didn't want the position at first. I did not want the position.
She
and
didn't.
I remember coming home to my husband and talking to him about it because I keep thinking that in my mind I can do it. And my husband actually pushed me to take
And you didn't
this
bring your husband
opportunity.
today.
Yeah.
You just brought this sexy man.
Yeah.
And I replaced him.
I killed him.
Funny.
And this is
It
what
was
you
the-
get.
It's the robot. It's the clone. But he actually pushed me to take the opportunity, and the reason he pushed me to take the opportunity was because he said, this will only work for you and the benefit for your future, which I think is the biggest push, because after you had that experience in some sense and you think you can do the job, but then you can do the job, it's a lot different being able to feel comfortable, being able to like run your own company or make these phone calls because you've been working with these people for so long or making these contacts or having to be put in these situations that it only feels natural to have a progression. You only become stagnant for so long when you're doing the same monotonous thing every day.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this whole show is about being an entrepreneur and, like, the journey of it. Mm-hmm. So if you're 13 and watching this show, you might be able to be an entrepreneur, but you need to put in the work. You need to be a janitor, sweep some stuff, file some stuff for your parents. Start doing your chores more. Stop playing Minecraft, and unless that's what you want to do. But, Fortnite, that's another one.
It made $3 million.
Yeah, you can make three. That dude made, right?
$3 million. $3 million playing Fortnite.
Okay, so don't sweep your room. Just play Fortnite 24/7. Just gonna, and say, Mom, I need a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and just have her inject you with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich into your Neuralink, and you'll be good. You'll make $3 million. No, but that doesn't happen for everyone. Not everyone can be this kid playing Fortnite 24/7, and we can't rely on mommy and daddy to do everything for us. It's our job to, as future parents or parents. You have kids, Art?
Why would you hear?
I hate kids. Not that you know of. I have three that are
listening.
I have three that they want back child support.
Myra, put 'em in check.
No, but it's our job to like mold these kids, because my kids love Fortnite, and they would just sit there all day and eat potato chips and play Fortnite all day, and I would too if I didn't have a job. No, but I have them, try and do chores and stuff, and I think that's really important. And I think that might be a lost thing in some families. They just we're all just glued to our phones and not communicating, and they hire someone to clean their house or whatever, and it's like
it's that AI we're talking about, and that's that dangerous thing. And that's
like we're in love with
the
tech.
cool thing where I'm gonna bring it back real quick.
The drinks.
But that's was something that we wanted to uphold was the tradition and the family and the togetherness, and that's really being lost in this fast world right now that we're living in, and so we're hoping to kind of make that more special.
Right.
And kind of keep that tradition alive.
Yeah. I mean, I love what you guys are doing with the mobile bars.
Thank you.
Like you guys were talking about the carts that you made when I was a kid.
Tricycles.
The tricycles.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, there was always a dude outside with like the fruit ice creams in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
And that brings out kind of a nostalgia in people that are about 30 if they grew up. And a lot of people here are from California. So they'd be like, hey, I remember the ice cream truck or whatever. Not ice cream truck, the ice cream cart.
Yeah, cart.
Yeah.
It was the ice
I
cream
love
cart.
that guy.
That was a playlist.
And he wasn't scary. Like, it's scary to run up to an ice cream truck, I think, for kids. Because you don't know what and for parents. But this guy out here on the cart, like, you knew was just... Unless there was some, like... Tyrion Lannister in there with a sword or something. I don't know.
So that, I mean, yeah, that's like one of the fun ones we got to bring in. That was Prosecco and Popdale's trike Justin's talking about. It's one of our tricycle bars that actually we converted into a fully functional bar.
Yeah.
But it has your favorite Prosecco on draft, and then we have a frozen refrigerator that keeps all your frozen sweet treats in there.
And you guys make alcoholic ice cream or just ice cream?
So we put in your favorite fruit juice bar that we actually we just found a local vendor that actually does frozen sweet treats and fruit juice bars locally from Las Vegas. So
Joy Popsicles.
Joy Popco, shout out.
I know Joy. Did you guys recommend him to me? Because he wanted me to do some work for him.
We just got in contact with him a couple days ago.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
It was actually through my work, and I was talking to one of my regulars, and she tagged us on an Instagram post for Joy, and because I was talking to her about like local. We just want to promote local flavors.
And they
you know
got
what
a
I
little
mean?
cart,
Fresh
too.
juices.
Yeah, I
fresh
know it.
juices.
Their site kind of reminded me of yours because they wanted me to do some logos or something.
Yeah.
That's
graphics.
super cool.
Yeah.
But it goes to show just how small Vegas is, you know what I mean, and how our community is so connected in some sense, you know.
Oh yeah.
As like just one person can know at least 20 to 30
Like
people.
we
on
knew
the same-
Janaea, and it's just kind of random.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The bartending community and the hospitality community as a whole, I mean, it's a very, very tight-knit family community.
Right.
I mean, super tight-knit in hospitality.
Mhm.
It goes all the way down to the hotels on the downtown strip, you know.
Right.
We're all in the same industry. We all feel the same pain.
Oh yeah.
We all feel the same movements in the industry when the changes happen, you know. So we're all in this together.
And it's cool that you're doing the local thing because I know when I worked on the strip, you see kind of the worst in people at some points. Like when it comes around to be like 3 o'clock in the morning.
The worst and the best.
And
in
the
people.
best. You see really cool stuff.
Graveyard bartender for 11 years in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
So I've seen a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen
The
a lot.
worst and the best.
I seen a man eat his own head one time.
Seen a lot.
That was amazing, actually. No. But okay, so I think we're going to wrap it up because you need to get going, and then Art, he needs to get to see one of his kids out there. And Dane needs to go just be creative and fantastical.
Check on my hair.
And check his hair.
Pretty my nails.
And then I got to do something. Manny's got to do something.
Yep.
What are you doing, Manny?
I'm just gonna go home and go back to sleep.
That
Yeah,
sounds
me-
like a plan,
Me
man.
too. You want to come over?
My man.
I want to go to the. I'm gonna go to the pool.
Setting goals. I love
I'm gonna find a pool. Usually, when I say that, someone offers me to swim in their pool because I just have a dirt backyard. I have a trampoline and a dirt backyard.
Cool.
I don't
And
have a pool. They have a pool.
I just grow my vegetables.
We
Which are
actually
weeds, which
we have
I
a
don't
pool and
chop.
jacuzzi, but all my friends were banned from coming over to my backyard because of that really killer.
Yeah,
penalty.
Arturo.
Dane
Because
woke up
of
in the
it.
Yeah,
closet with
Arturo.
his hands down his pants after like 6 bottles of Fireball.
Well, this was before. This was
All bad.
before
That's
your
all he
incident.
says, she said.
Yeah.
No, so Dane and Art have been friends for 15 years, something,
Not that long, like 10 years.
We're married.
10 years. So I was at work
And friends.
Dane decided
Friends with
to-
benefits now. Now they're friends with benefits.
Whoa.
Oh wait, I thought you were
There's
talking
no
about.
sharing.
I thought you were talking about Dane.
Are they pawning
You
me
can't
off
land
right now?
You can't land a
What
stub
the
like
hell's
me.
going on? Is this a sex trafficking ring I'm into right
Yes. No, we're against sex trafficking on this show.
now? Okay, good.
I think drug trafficking's fine, but sex trafficking, no.
Oh no, that's a problem. That's yeah.
No, I think there's too much money in drugs. Drugs are worth more than gold.
But yeah, we just want to say we appreciate you taking the time to have
Yeah.
us on, your podcast.
Well,
and,
Thank you,
We
Justin.
really appreciate
Tell
it.
us
thank
about
you.
your next event, and then we're gonna put it on the site because I'm gonna put some links and stuff in here. We'll put it on Mad Mogul's site. We'll put it in the YouTube video and stuff. Just the next event, and then maybe me and Manny can come, and Ashley if she wants.
Yeah,
And we'll come and like do a little Facebook
Manny.
thing. It would be pretty cool.
that'd be great.
Because that's really what I want to do is build a community of locals, Vegas.
We're all
my
about that.
my web design company is 702 Pro, so just we deal with 90% local companies.
Yeah.
And that's who I like to deal with.
Yeah.
Once in a while, there's some like multimillionaire that calls me, but it's always a little weird.
Yeah.
And when he wants me to like take him around, show him his hotel room and stuff.
Locals do it better anyways, man. Locals do it better anyways.
They are. Yeah, I've lived here since I was 10, so been here for a long time.
You know, I've made my move out here back in 2005, and yeah, this is what I call home. Las Vegas is my home now, and I'm proud to call it my home.
Well, it's good that you rep it, and I think that's really powerful, and that's what's showing our community now. But let's talk about that next event.
Yep.
Do your plug about the business.
Yep.
Shameless shame plugs.
Okay, last one.
Last
Promise.
one. Zoom in.
Market in the Alley, October 20th. We will be there featuring one of our horse trailers. I was like, you guys aren't going to know which one. We
Got
are
my
going to have
horses
a
in the
specialty
bag.
cocktail menu.
This is jam too.
And
My kid's like, oh, man.
Oh,
Go
man.
ahead.
Hey, you're ruining my plug.
Got my
You're
horses in
ruining
the
it.
bag.
And then we're doing Bridal Spectacular.
Bridal
So
Spectacular?
Bridal Spectacular at the Rio.
Okay.
Yeah, coming up in January.
That sounds pretty cool.
And if you have a house party or just want to have, a couple friends come over and want a bartending service, give us a call.
Corporate events,
Yeah.
weddings. We're
If
trying
you're
to really
multimillionaire.
cater. Yeah. Well, we're trying to cater to anyone. It doesn't matter how much money you have in
Yeah.
some sense. We're trying to make a
We want
budget
this
for
experience
everybody.
to be for everybody.
I have $1.
That's
you
I
got?
know that.
Bump it up a
Yeah.
little bit.
I have $1 in a fishing line. I caught you $1.
Let's go gamble. Turn that dollar into something.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
double it for you. That's what my dad used to say. He would send me to the arcade and
Double
he'd be
it.
like, I'll double your allowance this week.
Damn it, Dad.
Dad, you never double my allowance. Come on, I need some allowance.
That damn let it ride button, man, that gets you every time.
Yes.
Green screen.
Stay away from the green screen.
Stay away from the green
All right, so local 808 events. You guys done with your plug?
Yeah.
Did I ruin it?
Thank you to all the
I mean,
followers,
like-
all of our friends. We really appreciate you, family members, during this whole
Thank you
push.
so much.
Thank you for
We
your
really
support.
Appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, we're here to stay.
Cool. You have anything to add to that, Art?
Nothing. Just thank you. Thank you.
No back child
Watch out for
support
us. Nope,
No.
no back child support.
is being paid
What
out.
did you
at-
hear?
No, now they're going to think you're big time. They'll
Am
be
I
like,
being
I
punked?
saw you on a podcast.
Ashton,
There were
where you
13
at?
views on there.
Ashton.
I want money.
No, I'm a deadbeat father.
All right. Shameless plug. Ending. Ready? You got me? Am I on? All right. Thank you for watching Mad Moguls podcast of fantasticalness. I'm your host, Justin Young, and I want to thank everyone that joined the show. Ashley, Manuel Medina, Art, whatever your last name is. What's your last name?
Zepeda.
Art Zepeda. Is that right?
Rosas.
Zepeda?
Zepeda.
Like a sandal. Chancla.
They're like your
Zapatos.
straw sandal.
Your language is offensive.
Art Zepeda. And then we have Dane and Marissa Pretkus. And we want to thank you for joining, and it was fabulous as always. Hey, don't forget to watch. This is going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Stitcher. What else? SoundCloud. And then you can go to our website at madmoguls.com. And don't forget to go to Local 808 events and check out all the awesome stuff going on there. And we really appreciate all of our guests, and they're also
We
our
appreciate
clients.
you, man. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't turn it off. Okay. And then we kind of... What happened there? Are you still going live? Can we get in on that? He's a phone hog.
We're good, bro.
That was cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
That was solid.
That was really awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Dean, will you help him move the couch back?
You want to... Wait, you guys have matching shoes? Is that
Yeah,
your...
bro.
Is that your white thing down there?
Always in uniform.
Oh, yeah, but let me grab it.
Yeah, don't forget that.
What is that?
Because I might use it.
What white thing?
I might think it was mine. Here, I got it.
Hey, can I use that restroom?
No. Oh, boys only.
Light a match.
Blue things over there.
All right, ready? Let's do it.
Light a match for us, Marissa.
Just light one of those rosemary drinks. Oh yeah, let's do it. Do we have time to do one of those little videos with your drink machine? All right, let's do it. So how do you think it went? Oh, I love it. Yeah, it was awesome. Bringing the Vegas community
So cool, man. Pouring it in this tray.
All right, hold on one second.
Wow, that is so cool.
I'm live. Hey, I'm Justin with MadMoguls.com, and I'm here with Dane. He's going to show us, Dane from Local 808 Events, and he's showing us this. What's the machine? This fancy
Beyond
contraption?
Zero. We got some time.
Beyond Zero.
Yes,
Let's check it out. Oh, we got some time.
we got some. It's freezing up right now. Normally this will all be pre-prepped for events.
That's pretty sick.
But actually already taken out the spirit which we use.
And this is the Ambrose you're telling
local
us.
Ambrose banana whiskey made right here in Las Vegas. If you haven't had the chance to check it out, please do. It's an exceptional whiskey. So basically, I poured it up right here, and it's going to pour it right into these molded trays where it's going to freeze alcohol ice cubes.
Sick. All right, how long is that going to take?
Let's wait. Let's get it freezing. It was ready to go when we had it on.
It probably wouldn't have. I don't know. I didn't want to mess with the. Yeah, it was a little bit. That's pretty cool. And then what's the swirly thing?
So,
And what's this?
that's yours. I don't know what the hell that is. But this is just for your glass.
That's how you mix drinks.
I'm just gonna, quick little swirl with your whiskey on top.
Oh, that's sick. I like that little spinner
I
thing.
want you to just taste it, bro. It's pretty incredible.
Okay,
You can only do it once.
so I'll start this up when that's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoke my cigar here.
Do you have a base one?
I just have one. No, I got one in the car.
Dancing shoes on?
Yeah,
Yes, that's about dance.
I can dance.
What is this?
Do what? She's been practicing. You gotta have a dance off.
Thank you. Let me get good first. Woo!
There's a lot of Charlie.
There's a lot of spinning going on. We got
Last
this.
time Dane did a dance off, he got slimed.
Ah, that's true.
Because he lost.
Wait, I think we're gonna do a little. Do you have time?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's still freezing.
I sure do.
Hey, where are my keys? Do you know? Oh, they're over here. Oh, I got one right there, man. It's on the last board.
Oh, I see.
Oh, where's that Bluetooth? Because when I listen to some jams.
So are you like the operator?
She's our engineer in training, technical engineer. So power cord. That was fun. We can make this super church. Have to take it all apart, plug these in.
That thing breaks, we're shit out of luck. So we tell them to come fly down here and fix it.
Did you shut this all off, or is it still going? Oh.